Welcome back to the program. We got a lot to cover. There's a ton of news out there today. So we're going to start with what's happening right now because it's Tuesday night, which means it's another primary night and nothing but really good news. President Trump's streak continues and just kicking ass and taking names. So Mike Collins won in Georgia, which was great. The Rhino did not win there. Jim Marchant won in Nevada, which again is also great because he's a good election integrity guy. And then in Oklahoma, Trump-endorsed candidate Kevin Hern won for the Republican Senate to be, the nominee for that. So far, so good. Trump-backed candidates have pretty much done a clean sweep, as we expect. Now, let's move on to some other things. Let's first talk about some of the details of the Iran deal. Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'm not going to be a broken record. Any deal with Iran is a bad deal, plain and simple. You don't negotiate with terrorists, number one. And number two, these people believe in Mahadism, which means we need to kill you, the infidel. You, the Israeli, you, the Jew, you, the Christian, you, the American, you have to die so our 12th imaginary imam appears out of nowhere and we die with the imam. And as I've said before, their desire to die is extremely strong. And when you're fighting an enemy whose goal is to die and take you with them, well, there's only one option: complete annihilation. With that, I'll discuss this deal. So this is coming from President Trump. Axios is reporting it. But it says, where is it? Iran and the United States and their allies would stop fighting across the region, including in Lebanon. Well, let's stop right there. If we don't have the guts to take out the IRGC and Hezbollah and the Quds Force and the Basij Force and the mullahs and the clerics and everybody else, well, perhaps Israel does. And let's face it, Israel is a lot closer to the action than the United States of America. Perhaps maybe we would feel different if we were in the Middle East. So Israel sees this as a very different type of outcome and conflict. Their goal is to survive. Our goal is to not have nuclear weapons for Iran, which again, if both could happen, neither survives. So I understand that aspect of it. But the Israelis need to not be included in anything. They ought to be able to do whatever they want, because why would America tell Israel what they can do, or vice versa? Which totally shatters this bullshit line from the woke Reich and all these other dipshits out there that say Bibi's controlling Trump. Really? I don't think so. Not even close. He's literally saying in this agreement that Israel can't attack Hezbollah. So I think that argument is kind of blown. Okay? Tehran would reaffirm its pledge never to build a nuclear weapon. Yes, we swear never, ever to build nuclear weapon. No, never. No, the dust, what dust? The U.S. and Iran would work out what happens to Tehran's enriched uranium stockpile. So you want to sign a deal prematurely, and you haven't even worked out how you're going to, quote unquote, get the nuclear dust? Somehow this is a deal? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I never will. But I have a thought at the end, as I always do. Both sides would open talks on Iran's future enrichment activities and nuclear needs. Okay, so nuclear needs would be what? Normal nuclear energy that's not enriched over 60%? Yeah, like we would trust them? Oh, no, no, no. No, we just want for peaceful reasons. Peaceful reasons. Only peaceful reasons. Okay. And we're going to open talks on Iran's future enrichment activities. So what the hell is that? We're not going to do it now? You're just saying what? That we're going to talk about you not trying to build nuclear weapons? Is that for real? Holy cow. The president said he was going to, quote, read it word for word in a press conference in days to come. So, whatever. Iran would maintain the status quo of its nuclear program. You will never have a nuclear program, but we're going to sign an agreement allowing you to have status quo, which I would assume would translate to having your nuclear program. Sorry, but I'm an honest person. I'm going to break this shit down like I see it. I'm going to call it like I call it. It's just the way it is. Oh, let's see. It's been largely decimated. The U.S. would lift its naval blockade, hold off on new sanctions, and refrain from sending more troops to the region. Iran would guarantee safe toll-free passage for commercial ships through the Straits of Hormuz for 60 days. Washington would release an unspecified amount of frozen Iranian assets once the Memorandum of Understanding took effect. A final deal reached after the 60 days would see the U.S. withdraw its forces within 30 days and lift all sanctions on Iran. It would pave the way for a $300 billion reconstruction fund for Iran. The U.S. would allow Iran to resume all sales through temporary sanctions waivers. And Iran, Oman, and the Gulf states would negotiate new shipping and maritime security arrangements for the Gulf. That's what we got so far. So where's the part where President Trump is bent over getting fucked in the ass? I didn't see that part in the agreement. Did I miss it? Where is the part that says that the Iranian regime will no longer murder their own citizens for disagreeing with them, for their women to walk around without a bed sheet over their head? Where is the we won't stone people and throw acid in their faces anymore part of the agreement? Where is the no more shouting death to America, death to Israel? I don't know. Maybe you would have started with that. Perhaps you're going to have an agreement with someone. I want to kill you. You want to kill me? Okay, fine. How about we agree to say, I don't know, we're not going to kill each other. Is that a far leap? Is that a far leap? I wouldn't wipe my ass with this fucking agreement. Okay? That's what I think of this piece of shit. All I can say is if we retreat and we allow this regime to stay in power, this war was a failure. Okay? It was a failure. Sorry. It was a failure. Now, could he? And again, I'm just spitballing here because this man is insane, I think. Could it be possible that he's doing the, quote, deal, knowing full well that they will break the deal, and therefore, if they, quote, break the deal, he can tell the rest of the world, which I don't know why we would give a shit what any other country in the world thinks, but I digress. But maybe he's trying to show the rest of the world that call him a tyrant and call him a bully and call him a warmonger, even though he's solved 8 wars that have been going on for 35, 40 years. But No one wants to talk about that. But could it be, again, could I give him the benefit of the doubt here, that he's hoping that they break the agreement so that he can go to war and take them out? In Bernstein's mind, in my dreams, in my hopes and aspirations, I'll look at it from that perspective. Okay? Let's hope that that's the case. Why? I don't know why we didn't do this months ago, but whatever. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that the whole thing of the deal is set up to make it so they will break the deal so that then we can tell the international community, hey, we're not the big bad wolf, we're not the bully, and they broke an agreement, we had a great agreement, and so now we have to take care of business. I would hope and pray that that is going to be the outcome. But quite frankly, I don't know. It's like you're in a battle, you're fighting someone, right? And you're punching each other back and forth, and then you take over, you're grappling with them, you're pounding them in the face, you're beating the living shit out of this person, right? I mean, blood everywhere, broken lip, busted nose, bleeding out of the ears. You're just pounding the shit out of this person. And you know that they can't fight back. And so right at the very end, they're like practically dead. You stop. You get them a washcloth. You wipe the blood off their face. You call an ambulance. You bring them in. You send them flowers. Is that what you're supposed to do to an enemy that has sworn for 47 years your death? No. You know what you do? You do it the Bernstein way, okay? And you're not going to like this because it's pretty violent. Not only do you kick the living shit out of them with your fists, rocks, whatever you can, smash in their skull, but if they're still breathing, that's when you drag them over to the edge of the curb and you put their fucking neck on it and you step on it. This is war. These people want nuclear weapons to fucking kill us. Am I out of line? Am I too harsh? I don't think so. We need to kill the IRGC. Every single one of them. And we need to liberate this country of Iran. That's the deal I want to see. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. See you in the next one.